Do not try this at home. And welcome back, guys. Today I'm going to show you how to change the transmission fluid within this 1992 Toyota Century. Today all we're going to do is a 2-time drain and fill. Okay, this 1992 Toyota Century has a capacity of 7.3 liters for the transmission fluid, which is a total of about 7.7 US quarts. Okay, so with each drain and fill, it's going to be probably a good around 3 quarts. So we're just going to do 2 drain and fills. So we're going to use Valvoline DEXRON ATF automatic transmission fluid. All right, this car, 1992 Toyota Century, requires DEXRON II, but as you know, DEXRON III has superseded DEXRON II, so that's why we're going for the DEXRON, which is for DEXRON III and many other MERCON vehicles that actually go with this particular transmission fluid. Let's go ahead and take a look. So the first thing you got to do is safety. We just got to ensure that we jack up the car at the points necessary, and I will be using 4 jack stands. The reason why you're going to use 4 jack stands is because anytime you're doing a transmission fluid exchange and fill or any type of transmission work, you need to ensure that the transmission is, the actual car is grounded, level grounded, okay? And after that, what we're going to do is start the car for about a good 3 minutes and go through each one of the gears one by one for at least 10 seconds. So I'll be doing that for 2 cycles, okay? I don't need to drive it around. I already drove it around prior to starting this project. All right, join me. Next up, we're going to go ahead and travel underneath the car and find the transmission pan. There it is right there. There goes the drain hole right over there. So this drain pan for this transmission fluid uses a 15 millimeter. I'm going to go ahead and position this pan right here and remove. So let me first remove the bolt before I do that. Get some space. All right. And I missed it. Wow. That is red. Well, it's always better to be safe than sorry. Once it's completely drained, I'll account for the amount that's spilled, and I will go ahead and put this bolt back on and refill it to the exact amount that came out, just plus a little bit more for whatever I couldn't account for. But yeah, this is how you do it. All right, guys, let's take a look. Gotta get some newspaper for that. So looking at the drain pan, okay, if you can see back here, it's about 3 quarts if you look back there. So what I'm gonna do is probably put in 3.5 because I want to account for what I spilled. I don't want to go under. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this drain bolt back on and put 3.5 in there and then drain it again. This washer seems to be okay. Doesn't seem to have any problems. Let's go ahead and put this back on. There you go. It doesn't need to be tight that much. All right, now let's go to the top and fill 3.5 quarts in there. All right, so before I fill new transmission fluid into the reservoir, what I'll do is get one of these. Essentially, it's about 3 quarts, as you can see right here. So this is more than 3 quarts, so it should fit all of this in there. So this way it can be fresh for the next drain and fill. I'll go ahead and place this back underneath the car in preparation for the next drain. Alright guys, time to refill the transmission fluid. So just go all the way back to the engine bay. You're going to pull this out and pull up, just like that. Okay. Remember, we drained about 3 quarts, and as you can see, it is low. It's not where it's supposed to be. So after we put this more than 3 quarts in, we're going to start the car and run it through all the gears and also the overdrive as well. So with this pour, you have to go very slowly, a little bit by a little, so it doesn't overflow. I will go ahead and start the car and run through all the gears. It's going to be for a session of 3 minutes, at least 3 minutes, and at least 10 seconds for each gear. Let's go. All right, let's go to park. We're going to leave it there for at least 10 seconds. Reverse. Neutral. Drive. All right, overdrive 2. And low. That completes the at least 3 minute session. We went through all the gears. I'm gonna put it back in neutral. All right, so next what I'll do is I will actually go underneath the car and drain it again. Alright guys, for this build I'm not going to change the filter because whatever they put on this Loctite has caused 2 bolts to just snap. You see that? So in order to change this, I'm going to have to really get under here and do this by hand. So at this time I'm just going to leave it as is, as the stud is still in there, and I'll just refill the transmission fluid for now. And when I have some time, miles and miles later, then I'll take all these off and do what I was trying to do today. But other than that, this particular drain was 4 quarts, so I'm going to add 4 quarts right back in there, and then we should be good to go. Alright, thank you for joining, guys.